Good morning, everybody. I want to talk to you guys about Genesis and how they could affect Coinbase themselves on Grayscale and their exposure to FTX and Three Arrows Capital. Go ahead, hit this little intro. Let me drink my coffee. We'll get after it. Ain't playing no games, yeah. All night we making them trades, yeah. Hold on for the life I'm saying, yeah. Hold on for the life I'm saying, yeah. What's going on? Again, good morning, good people. How are you guys doing? I want you guys to know that I'm not a financial advisor. If you need one, get one. I'm not it. So I'm just here to give you guys the news and let you guys know what's going on in the crypto world. That's it. So with that, let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys know, Genesis, or may not know, Genesis was a lending platform I've been used for staking and lending crypto. They were actually used by one of the tier ones, Gemini, for Gemini Earn, and and they were backed up by Coinbase Investments, the investment firm for Coinbase themselves. So let's go ahead and look at some of these articles and see what the exposure is. Obviously, on the screen, you see Genesis warns of bankruptcy to come without new funding. Genesis has come out a couple of days ago and said that they were $1 billion in the hole with the FTX exposure. But it's not only the FTX. As we dig into this, you can see it's not only the FTX exposure that they were involved with. So Genesis is in real big trouble. There's a lot of people that stake with Genesis. There's a lot of people that lend with Genesis. And like I said before, Genesis was backed up by Coinbase's investments. So this is a bigger deal than what a lot of people would lead you to believe. They are also backed up by Grayscale, which is a huge stock market, I believe, ETF. So in Bitcoin. So this thing could have ripple effects all the way down through, but they warn of bankruptcy in the near future. So if you have your money anywhere in Genesis or any of these other firms that could be connected to Genesis, you need to proceed with caution. I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you what's going on. You need to proceed with caution. Once somebody starts to talk about bankruptcy without no funding, usually they're on their way to bankruptcy. Genesis previously loaned $2.36 billion to Three Arrows Capital. We all know what happened with Three Arrows Capital, guys. So this is their exposure to Three Arrows Capital. Genesis is $2.36 billion at Three Arrows Capital, which they probably will never retrieve. So they have to write this off as a loss on their books, which is a big deal for any company to write off $2.36 billion. And this probably started the downfall of Genesis, and FTX probably put the nail in the coffin for Genesis. I know CZ looked at Genesis as possibly a Binance to assist them guys, and he turned them down. Obviously, the books don't look good, but when you have $2.36 billion sitting out there on your books for Three Arrows Capital, this does not look good for you as a lending platform and a staking platform. So obviously Genesis was hedging your dollars to give out loans, guys. So big deal here. So like I said, if you're on Genesis and you're able to take care of your business, take care of your business. So how does this connect back to Coinbase, guys? Everybody's wondering how. Coinbase custody is who holds 635,000 BTC on behalf of Grayscale that refuses to share proof of reserves. Grayscale refuses to show proof of reserves, and like I told you guys from the beginning, Grayscale is actually Genesis. Grayscale is the parent company. Genesis is the baby company. So Grayscale has exposure. Coinbase has custody of 635 million Bitcoin for them. So how much exposure does Coinbase have
to Grayscale and Three Arrows Capital along, for that matter. We don't know. Coinbase hasn't come out and said it. But it goes down here to say Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is actually, you guys, this is what I was talking about, was on the stock exchange, is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which, Grayscale is connected to Genesis. So they're all interconnected. They're all intertwined together. According to a note by Coinbase custody CEO, Aaron, digital investments firm, Grayscale has also declined to share proof of reserves, citing security risk. We all know that that's not to be true. Proof of reserves is proof of reserves. It doesn't create a security risk for somebody to show you that they're backing their money up, because if that was the case, then banks would be in a security hole every day. So, Coinbase Trust, I should say, Coinbase Custody is in the middle of this with Grayscale and Genesis, guys. They do have exposure regardless of what Coinbase says. The fact that they are holding custody of Genesis and Grayscale lets you know that they have some exposure to FTX, and now we know that they have some exposure to Three Arrows Capital. So how this shakes out for Coinbase, I don't know, but this story just keeps getting a little bit deeper and deeper and deeper as we move on. Now Coinbase has got to be in question as to what their exposure is to these lending platforms and their Coinbase custody. And if they're backing it up, they have to pay it out. So it's kind of like your insurance policy. So, here we go again, guys. Every time we think we're getting to the bottom of this thing, something else pops up. So, Coinbase, we have to wait and see what their exposure is and what's going on with them in Genesis and Grayscale as well. But, Grayscale's in trouble. Genesis is in trouble. And now we have to look and see where Coinbase shakes out in all of this, guys. So I don't know where this is going to lead. I don't know where this is going to go. But, I'm just here to let you guys know that this is kind of where we're at and the news that's happening. So, with that, guys, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and share this out. Let everybody know. Keep your money safe. Keep your money secure. I can't tell you what to do, where to do, and how to do it. But what I can tell you is, to sum this up, Grayscale's in trouble, Genesis is in trouble, and Coinbase has exposure to both of them. So we have to wait and see how much exposure Coinbase custody has and what that does to the company in general. So with that, guys, like, subscribe, share, and keep your money safe.